スリランカ TV チャンネルです。今日は東京にありますスリランカエアラインの東京のオフィスさんにお邪魔しております。今日はですね、インドニール支社長にいろいろとお話を伺いたいと思います。はい、では行ってみましょう。行ってみよう。はい、では早速インドニール支社長にいろいろお伺いしていきたいと思います。はい、よろしくお願いします。まずですね、インドニール支社長の自己紹介をお願いしたいんですけども。
Hi, my name is Indunil Vijayakon. I work as the country manager for Japan and South Korea. I'm based in Tokyo for last 2 years now. Previously, I've been with the company for 27 years, and previously to my position in Japan, I was working as a country manager for Indonesia, in London looking after UK and Ireland, and previously to that, I've been in working for Saudi Arabia on Central Province, based in Riyadh. So that's about me. Thank you.
ありがとうございます。そしてスリランカ航空さんの簡単なご紹介をお願いしたいんですけど。はい。
Yeah, Sri Lankan Airlines is the national carrier of Sri Lanka. We have been in the existence as an airline for last 42 years. We established our airline in 1979, 1st of September, and then we are also part of the One World Alliance. We have been operating to Japan for last 37 years. We started in July 1984. That's a long time. We are an airline with 24 aircraft of 12 wide-body aircraft and 12 narrow-body aircraft. Before the COVID happened, actually, we were operating 209 destinations in 48 countries. Of course, with the pandemic, we have scaled down our operation, and basically we operate very on-demand basis, if I say it that way. Sri Lankan Airlines is totally a government-owned airline with a majority shareholder being government of Sri Lanka and a few percentage of shares with the employees of Sri Lankan Airlines. Yes.
はい、ありがとうございます。現在の運行状況について伺いたいんですけれども、お客さんの状況なども含めて現在どんな感じなんでしょうか。
Thank you for that question. Current operation Sri Lankan Airlines, we have been had to cut down our operation from 5 flights a week to 2 flights a week at the moment because of the reduction of the passenger demand for our tourism markets. As we are operating 2 flights a week, as I said, on every Thursday and every Saturday from Tokyo at 11:20 in the morning, and from Colombo it operates on every Wednesday and Friday at 9:15 in the evening. At the moment, we have a lot of Sri Lankan nationals who are living in Japan traveled with us, and also Japanese businessmen, project officers who are traveling with us, and also very few tourists who want to still go for Sri Lankan Airlines under the Sri Lankan government tourism program under the bio-bubble, which is becoming very popular in Japanese nationals right now. More details of this tourism program you can get it by talking to Sri Lankan Airlines office or by visiting the Sri Lankan tourism website. Currently our focus is much more to cargo and passenger both together, and then so that's why we are operating with 2 flights, and we are hoping to increase to 4 flights a week from the mid of October this year with the ease of the government restrictions imposed by both countries, that we are hoping that we will be able to achieve that by October this year.
そして貨物に関しては比較的好調というお話を伺ったんですけども、貨物に関してはどんな感じなんでしょうか。
Yes, cargo situation because of the online shopping increase in the world, and in the restriction that we have seen in the sea freight, we have a very steady demand for cargo. It's something that keeps our flight afloat at the moment. Our operation is also driven according to the cargo demand that we see in Tokyo. So that's we have a lot of cargo we are carrying to India, and then to Middle East on Sri Lankan Airlines. We are becoming one of the popular airlines for these 2 markets from Japan, and then And we have a very good demand from other places of the world into cargo inbound to Tokyo as well.
ありがとうございます。そして今ですね、世界的に感染症の影響が非常に出ているんですけども、気になるところはですね、感染症に対しての対策なんですけども、スリランカ航空さんではどのような対策をされているんでしょうか。
Yeah, Sri Lankan Airlines, we have maintained very high efficacy rate in terms of the health and safety on board the aircraft. But the most important part is the filter. We use a very special filter called HEPA filter, which is called high efficiency particulate air, which has the proven track record of destroying any viruses, bacteria, dust, pollen, and all sorts of bad particles in the air for 99.9% efficiency rate. And then when the aircraft is flying, the inside the cabin air is replaced every 2 to 3 minutes. So every 2 to 3 minutes you will be basically consuming a very fresh batch of fresh air. So this is one of the most successful stories for all airlines. And also while the flight is on ground, before we brought the passengers to the flight, and until every single passenger and the crew is left the flight, we make sure these filters are in operation so that all the consumable air inside the aircraft is at every single time is free of any viruses and with the highest without any danger of causing any harm for any of our passengers. Our crew members also have been very well trained to tackle any situation that we find inside the flight. The crew is basically wearing the full personal protective equipment, which is and then our service, our onboard service had been adjusted in a way that to minimize the interaction with the passengers. Also, all our employees of Sri Lankan Airlines, 90% of all employees of Sri Lankan Airlines have been fully vaccinated, and 95% of our crew, both captain, pilots and the cabin crew, have been vaccinated. 95% of the crew have been vaccinated. So this ensures that we have a very minimum contamination for all our passengers who are flying. I don't think there will be much to worry. Air passage had proven to become one of the safest mode of transportation in terms of virus contamination. So this is something that you can really rely on in the airline. And then yes, and we also have promoted passengers to use all online systems to check in online before they go to the aircraft, or use the kiosk to check in at the airports, where you will not have any interaction with any of the ground staff, or you can limit the interactions with all the ground staff. So these are the measures that we have taken. And then so far we have been operating from ever since this pandemic started, we are operating with the minimum incidents or minimum incident reported of such contamination in the aircraft. Also, I'm very proud to announce today that Sri Lankan Airlines has won the very prestigious Diamond Award for cabin safety and health from the Apex. It is very prominent and very vibrant, very valid award that we have taken. Only very few airlines in the world have received it. And we also have been commended as the most improved airline in terms of cabin safety and cabin health measures taken during the COVID pandemic. This is very proud of, and it's one of the greatest achievements that we have seen so far. Yes.
はい、ありがとうございます。今日はいろいろスリランカ航空さんの現状などについてお伺いしたんですけども、この後もですね、いろんな話題をお聞きしていきたいと思うんですけど、今日最後にですね、スリランカ航空さんのおすすめなポイントをインドニールさんの直感でお聞かせいただけたらと思うんですけど。
Yes, well, Sri Lankan Airlines, we are known for our exemplary cabin services by our cabin crew. That is the best what you call unique selling proposition position we had for Sri Lanka for a longer time. And also the cabin crew service inside the aircraft doesn't come from training. It actually comes from who we are as Sri Lankan people. We are very, I would say, very warm people that you see. Any person who has been to Sri Lanka has seen the warmth of the people, and that is what you see on board the airline. And also other USVs are very technical, which is for Colombo, our biggest market from Japan, is one of the very famous tourist destination for Japanese, and Sri Lankan Airlines is the most direct airline that we can reach Sri Lanka. So that's one of the biggest USPs that we see. So now if I list it down again, so number one is the cabin crew, our service on board the airline, and number two is the most direct carrier to Sri Lanka at the moment.
ありがとうございます。この後もまたいろんなスリランカ航空さんの話題について聞いていきたいと思いますので、またよろしくお願いします。
ありがとうございました。
今日はありがとうございました。
Thank you.
はい。